Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. We turn paper into magic here, hopefully every day. We are on day 10 of our Aquatic Archaeologist art journal, and the prompt I made for myself today is curse. We're in section 2. This art journal is divided up into 3 sections, or 4 maybe. It is me building a world in this journal. And I thought about using that piece of paper there, but it's an envelope, so I decided not to. But there's a good background page for you. This is all a story about a lady who has found a bottle on the beach after a hurricane in South Carolina, and a note inside of it that she tries to decode and what she does with it as an archaeologist. And I'm just trying to come up with prompts every day to create a tiny bit of a story, but also for me to focus on theoretically, even though it's kind of like all abstract, what that prompt looks like. So I took this piece of paper, which is a bunch of my journals, pages, spreads, mashed together on Procreate, and just come up with a background paper, and then I'm going to paint it. I'm having to do this voiceover only because I'm doing it in real time here, though, but because my sister has cat issues and car issues all on a Monday morning, so I am trying to be available for her. So, we're working with all that. And the prompt I said was curse. And I know, like in the Indiana Jones movies and the King Tut things, there were curses, they thought. And there's lots of mythology and folklore and tradition, theoretically, of curses. I know in like Death on the Nile, there were curses, and some of the Hercule Poirot books, there were things like that were, a thought process was in there too. So, if it works for them, surely it'll work for me in just an art journal. But I'm trying to make like vapor, because if you open the tomb, what happens? It didn't work out. So, turns out I can't do what D.D. Willingham does. So I just went ahead and put white paint over this, and then I decided it was a little bit too opaque, and I wanted it more see-through, so you could still see some of the color through there. So I needed to go a different direction because I wanted it more foggy looking, so I added gray. I was trying to back some of that off, and it really is not coming off. But it's all a work in progress. Fun, and the best way I can start my day every day is to do something like this every single day. Really love it. So I'm taking gray and kind of trying to make like vapor fume looks, vapor trails. And I decided if I smash those down, the paint will thin out and it'll dry faster. That didn't work. I do have a nice background ready to go in another journal spread, though, or the beginnings of a background. That's the current off-screen, off-camera art journal I'm playing in. So then I decided to smooth that around with my fingers. It's all kind of just not working the way I want it to, but that's okay. You just keep plugging along. So I'm trying to clean up all the paint on my desk, and some days are like this. Some days you struggle trying to get there. I knew I kind of wanted to go with a COVID germ-like top layer, so I started to tear pieces of paper you'll see coming up, just to make amoeba-looking shapes. I like that shape anyhow. So, I think at this point I had a phone call from my sister. We're trying to coordinate tow trucks and emergency cat vets for a stray cat that she takes care of in her neighborhood. It's just typical Monday. So I got out my big box of medium-sized paper. Wasn't going to try to do that with this journal. I was trying to use up the paper that's next to me, but there's not enough variety in it. So I wanted some blues that look like smoke and vapor and moisture barriers exploding or whatever once you open up a long closed place. And I don't even know if that's where the treasure / whatever it is, because I don't know that part either yet, is in a tomb. I don't know. Originally, I thought I was going to do that. That's why it keeps having the tombs of Myrtle Beach up there. Then I'm like, oh, the weather balloon was found, or put down right off our beach in Surfside, which is where our beach house is. But I'm like, better not do that. I don't want the FBI and or China coming after me. I don't know if they'd let me bring my art supplies to jail. So anyhow, I thought, better stay away from all that stuff. So I'm just looking for blues. And yes, this is in real time. So I'm kind of, methodically looking through here, looking for different shades of blue that I can change into different shapes. Theoretically, sort of like amoeba shapes and all torn edges and just fraying stuff. Or working with the shape that's in the magazine. Oh, jeez. I decided to speed all this up because it's just me tearing up paper into little tiny amoeba looking type shapes or curse germ shapes. Anyhow, so, and then I cut out some letters out of an ABC book, which I love the look of all these mixed mashed letters, and just spelled curse and add a little bit more embellishment here with Stabilos and some of my tempera paint sticks, which I still absolutely love both. They do have a little bit of a different texture to them, both. One is wet and then dries and is permanent pretty much. The other one is dry until you wet it. But you can move it around. I like both of them. They kind of end up with the same effect. Well, not really. But it's hard to beat a black Stabilo. Whether it's the woodies or the thin Stabilo alls, I love them both. They're both the same thing. You can tell by how short my black Stabilo woody is that I use it a lot. And this is me just adding some more texture to our germs from the Curse of the Tomb, or wherever she seems to find some clues and starts heading towards when she's looking for her treasure or whatever is on that note. Yes, that's all very cryptic. Yes. But fun, hopefully, and a reason to play with paper, which sometimes I need a reason. I work much better off a prompt list. And I didn't used to, until about the last 2 years, make up my own prompt lists sometimes. But it's just fun for me. I seem to be less stuck that way. All right, I think this does it. Curses happen around all these hidden treasure tomb archaeologist tales of woe. And that's another obstacle. And these are supposed to be like germs. Because we all know how to draw germs after COVID, right? Right. So, that's it for today. Curses. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.